that ball away. Oh, and that's a lucky net, that's all she needs. An edge there from Edith. 9-6. Edith electing to serve with her forehand, another unforced error, it's all getting a bit tense. Both girls rushing. Well adrift in this game, but now brought it back to just one. Best rally of the match so far. Pushing rally, using all the angles of play. Unforced error there, so that's 2 game points now for Edith Segala from Mexico. Build a 2-1 lead. It's best of 5 opening Group E match. It's Class 3 women's event. Girls really trying to probe on the table, they're pushing, using all the angles of play. 10-9. Both girls recognising the importance of this third game to get the 2-1 advantage. It's best of 5 match. That's Juice, she's brought it back. Tintaz has really made an effort, she was 4 or 5 points adrift. Girls pushing all around the table, trying to get an opportunity. Segala now needs to find her composure. Rushing, great angle there. 1 serve each now because it's Juice. 11-11, first 2 points clear within this game. Edith Segala, straight at the crossover point. A young Turkish opponent. Hard to decide where to play backhand or forehand. Oh, drops it over the net. Very exciting third game, 13-11. Edith Segala now, 36-year-old from Mexico. World ranking of 17 is now 2-1 up against her higher ranked Turkish opponent. This is a bit of a surprise. The Turkish coach trying to encourage her to be a little bit more aggressive and use her forehand top has been better. Wanting to push, she's looking very distressed at the moment. Telling her to just relax and play. So easy when you're sitting there and you're the coach, so easy when you're actually at the table. There were some really good exchanges there towards the end of that third game. The Mexican Edith Segala, 2-1 up in this best of 5 match. great backhand there from Zagala, who's one game away from the magical 3 to give her her first win. Group E. Timeout called by the Turkish coach, who recognises the importance of this passage of
Sadece
play.
top kesmekle olmaz. Ya topu açman lazım, ya topu kontrolde disiplin yapman lazım. Bir tane şeye girmen lazım. Ama kesiyorsan da kontrollü kes.
Timeout is a 1-minute opportunity, break of play.
Tamam mı?
The coaches can talk to the players. It can be called by either the coach or the player. And obviously take on refreshments. But it's mainly used tactically. Either slow the opponent down or give some tactical advice. Got to say, Edith Zagala, the Mexican, is looking very confident, even though she's 10 places below her younger Turkish opponent. Does look very composed and calm. It's with a 1-point lead. Great backhand. Really playing well. She's taking her time, pushing the ball around the table, waiting for the right opportunity to open up. And when she does open up with an aggressive topspin shot, she's placing it perfectly. Now with a 3-point advantage to draw the game back to 2-2, 9-6. Again, Zagala pushing it to the forehand and not able to cover that angle across court. Now goes down into the backhand. Very aggressive in that over the table play, trying to take the ball early, use their wrist, imparting backspin. Okay, so that's the third game. Altintaz 11-7. So it's now all down to this fifth and final game.
Zaten
Class
değiştireceğim de yeni değiştirdiği yani. 3 taneden sonra yeni değiştirdiği zaten problem yaşıyor. Yüksek gelecek zaten o topu. Kontrolü bekledikten sonra vuracağım. Bir. İkincisi acele etmeyeceğim toplan. Toplan. Hadi bak buraya. Yani burayı daha çok kullan. Şimdi daha çok ortayı kullan. Sonra yönlendir. Buradan daha darbeli vuruyor. Olsun oraya versin. Sen oradan daha rahat içeri top atabiliyorsun.
pushing a lot of weight around. Garcia, unfortunately for her, ends the contest on the wrong side, and it's Potapova who wins that one.
On mat
So
one,
we'll see the
winner
Russian
moving on
in the
to fight
bronze
for bronze.
medal match.
In the white judo gi representing the Russian
A
Federation,
big hug
Victoria
from
Potapova.
Huang and Garcia. I'm sure I'm going to cry before the end of this session. There's just too many nice things happening here. They're so friendly towards each other. We're so accustomed to watching the high octane, smash 'em up, bang 'em type of judo, and here it's just the right mix of toughness, determination, and incredible warmth towards each other, not just on the mat, but the two coaches there. Potapova, it is, with the interesting braiding in her hair. Not sure what that's about, but Garcia follows Potapova off the mat. Winner by Wazari, and she gets to fight for a bronze medal, kilo category. Know exactly where we are. Well, things are taking shape nicely now. We've got a number of good matchups coming your way. Two fighters coming up the ramp now. That fight will be underway in a moment. Just bring you up to date with what's happening with Michelle Ferreira, who leads Gulan Kilic, and in fact has just won that contest, holding Kilic with Kezagatami
in the white judo gi representing Canada, Justin Khan. In the blue judo gi representing the Republic of Korea,
52
Lee
kilo
Min-jung.
category. A lot to keep you up to date with. I hope that you can manage to take it all in, but it's Michelle Ferreira who will fight for the bronze medal.
On mat 2, the winner, moving forward on to fight for bronze. In the blue judo gi representing Brazil,
and Lee
Michelle Ferreira.
shape up, face each other, and now take a grip, and the referee is satisfied that that's good and calls a jimmy, and they get underway. They move towards us in the middle of the contest area, just coming over to one end, and the Korean almost getting in there. But that Oso Tagari, then he bails at the end and decides against it. Quick exchange that saw both fighters move to the near side of the tatami middle and then drift off the mat. Just a few meters away from commentary position here. Lee with the dominant grip, and nicely broken up by Justin Khan. Didn't like that right hand up and around his collar. Broke that off, and that made it difficult for Lee to come up with anything from there. They both went to the ground, and eventually the referee called mate and brings them back to the middle where they'll start again. It's 30 seconds over and done with. Yeah, Venezuelan, I think, in the under 66 kilo category is coming to the mat, but he's got a bye there. That's Falcon, so if you're seeing someone come onto the mat,
This contest is a bye, so the win
he was
goes
a bye. His
automatically
opponent was
to
injured
Marcos Falcon
and
of Venezuela.
won't be taking
He moves on
part.
to fight for the bronze medal.
Falcon will just be given the contest, and he'll fight for the bronze a little bit later on. Just over 4 minutes left to go. Lee looking dangerous as he shapes to go right-sided against Justin Khan of Canada. There it is. He's got the right side set up. Oso Dagari, and Khan feels it, and he turns off landing on his front, and doesn't give up the score. He tried to drag Lee back in to get involved in some Nevas, much to the amusement of the crowd, as they saw the Korean being used like a hoover to wipe up the mat and brought back into the middle. The referee called mate, and he's got them back standing up now, and he calls a Jimmy, and they get underway. Here comes Lee again. Khan looking for a Kojigaki, and then Lee looking up as though he'd had his leg trapped, but I don't think there was anything untoward. Now he's got to warn Khan for passivity, and at the same time I think they wanted to look at a leg grab, but the referee's not interested. He's got them back together and he's ready to go. If they've got anything to say, they'll say from the commission, and I don't think they will. 3:50 left on the clock. We're underway again. Lee in the blue judogi. Justin Khan of Canada in white, avoiding for the time being the several attempts of Lee Min-jae. And Lee Min-jae, I'll tell you what, for all the fighters here, Lee Min-jae looks in the best condition. He really does look well prepared. Good physique, and well prepared looking athlete. Take a grip and then move in Jigatai over towards the well, coming over to the near side, and again after an attack, almost simultaneous attack, both fighters looking to come in at the same time. And now Justin Khan being called for a drop, and having been warned previously, he now gives up a score, and it's Lee Min-jae who goes ahead by Yuko with 3:31 left on the clock. The referee just making sure that they are well set, and then he calls the Jime, and this time they move over to the right side, the centre of the tatami. Korean fans looking a bit tense and nervous, shouting their support. They shouldn't actually be standing up there. Anyway, that's where they are. Khan, a little bit too stiff, and Lee just holding a little bit too high up, and that shouldn't. The referee just moves his hand down a little bit. They're back in the middle, both fighters looking to take a grip. Neither will be allowed to have an overly advantageous grip, and the referee, when he's satisfied, calls a Jimmy, and they get back underway. Thought about the Tsuri Komiyashi there, the Canadian, but the Korean was stepping off that, and when Justin Khan went up with the right leg, the Korean was already moving, so avoided getting caught with the Ashiwaza. Crowd a little bit subdued now after the Ben Quilter win. That really raised the decibel level in the XL arena. Referee satisfied with the grip, calls a Jimmy. Just over 3 minutes left to go. Still that one Yuko on the board to Lee, and almost caught there. He may have been a little bit defensive. It looked for a moment as though he's holding on one side of the jacket. You can't have both hands holding on one side of the jacket, but I'm not sure that the referee saw that. It wouldn't have been in his line of vision. Oh yeah, he did. Okay. And he's gone further behind now with that penalty. Just felt the pressure from Lee, did Justin Khan. And unfortunately for Khan, now struggling a bit now. Penalties on the board, and that is probably going to be sufficient for Lee to do the job. There's a quick look at the clock, does the Korean, and the coach gives him some further advice. don't lip read Korean, so I can't tell you what it is that he's saying, but hasn't said a great deal. He's one of those coaches that keeps it to a minimum. Now here comes Lee. He's got a grip that he'd like to use for Uchimata, I think. You got to find him first. You can see him searching for him. He looked there and then decided against it. Momentarily in the right position for Uchimata, or maybe Harai Goshi, and then he collapsed. He has to defend now against an attempted shimiwaza from Justin Khan, but the referee decides that he's going to call Mate, stand them up again, and bring them back to the middle of the mat. Wazari the lead, 2:26 left on the board. The Korean Lee Min-jae leading here on the back of the penalties given up by the Canadian Justin Khan. The referee gets them underway again. Drift a little bit out towards the right side of the mat, with Khan attempting a left-sided tired toshi, but the hands aren't in the right place. And Lee pushes the hips forward, breaks that up. And the referee calls Mate as they drift out of the contest area. He brings them back now and they stand in the middle. Canadian with a short haircut and glistening with sweat as he takes his grip. The Korean with a short haircut and he's glistening with sweat with his judogi open and chest pumping, and look at the condition. He is in good shape, isn't he? Breathing heavily though. And, if anything, it's the Canadian who looks as though he may have a little bit more left in the tank, and there's plenty of time left on the clock. 2:11 left to go. Korean coach sits back, relaxed almost, and thinking, where is his man going to get the winning score from? He's looking for he wants to counter, but he can't afford to hang on. He's already got 3 penalties on the board, so Justin Khan looks like a counter puncher. He's set up for Lee's attack and waiting to counter, but he's probably waited around a little bit too much. Got the shout there from the Canadian coach, and that may have come a little bit too late, because the corner judges now are moving in, and like a pair of vultures who sense the end of a piece of prey is near. They circle towards the referee, give him their verdict, and now it's the referee who's going to come up with the decision, which I think will be another warning to Justin Khan, and that'll be the end of the contest. And Hans Sakamake. Lee lets out a yell of exhilaration, and then he moves over to shake hands and salute his opponent. First of all in the appropriate way by bowing, and then with the not compulsory handshake that has become so part of competition judo that it's surprising when it doesn't happen. Lee Min-jae is the winner there. The Canadian not able to... Oh, and one of the corner judges spotted the one-sided grip for too long. Maybe the referee had a bit of a helping hand there. Lee Min-jae, a happy Korean, as he goes on to fight for the bronze medal. We'll see him again. Nikolajczyk of the Ukraine faces Hangai Shizuka of Japan. That's the contest now on mat number 1. Right, so for all of those of you in the audience, a big welcome. Hope you're enjoying the judo. We've got masses to bring you, so sit back and enjoy the action. And for those of you at home watching a big hello to you. Hope you're also enjoying the action from the first day of competition at these Paralympics in London 2012 at the Excel Arena.
52 kilos.
Yeah.
In the white judogi representing Ukraine, Natalia
getting the introductions from the stadium announcer.
Representing Japan,
letting everyone know who's next up on mat number 1. There's Hangai of Japan. Marie-Elise Clement, she's almost a permanent fixture in the middle. I don't know how many times you've seen her in the middle today, but she's taken good charge of all the contests that we've seen. Ensure that the grips are correct and that no fighter has an overly advantageous grip on the other. It's the agreed rules. Now, attempted shimiwaza from the Ukrainian, the Japanese fighter turning out of that and avoiding the strangle. Well, the Ukrainian looking good in Nivaza, going left-sided with that Kuzuri Kezagatami, and now the Osaikami is on. Both the Ukrainian girls who fought today have looked good on the ground. They both had nice Nivaza. Looks pretty good. Slightly unorthodox because the hand is underneath the armpit rather than around the armpit and then around the head. So that's the broken part, the Kuzuri. And neatly done. Almost looks as though the Ukrainian Nikolaichik hasn't even broken sweat. He wins that one over Hangai of Japan. So it's Nikolaichik of the Ukraine who we'll see in the first of the bronze medal matches in the under 52 kilo category.
In the white judo gi representing Ukraine, Natalia Nikolaichik.
It was a fairly weak attempt, wasn't it, with the seoinage from the Japanese. That's what left her in trouble after Hangai went down for that left-sided drop seoinage, and it didn't even move the Ukrainian quickly into the attempted shimiwaza, and then Hangai having to find a rather inventive way of rolling away from the attempted shimiwaza, but only ended up rolling onto her back and then into the Osai waza. Winner by Ippon, Nikolaichik, and she's escorted off by her coach, as is the Japanese Hangai. Mustafayev of Azerbaijan faces Lamri of Algeria. I liked the look of Lamri early on. He came a cropper though in his contest with Hirose, the Japanese. Let's see how he gets on here with Mustafayev. Let's a look at the Azeri. Bayram Mustafayev beat the Russian Viktor Rudenko in his first round contest. He was pretty much done up by Xiao Qiudong of China in the next round. Just make sure that we've got the Chinese right there. I think there was more than one. That's right, in the under 66 kilo category is Zhao Chu. That's the one. We're underway. We're almost. The referee's got to make sure that he's happy with how close the fighters are, and then once he's got them the right distance from each other, he'll make sure that they both have a grip that is comfortable. Sleeve lapel. And then he calls Hajime. So we're underway here. This then to go into the bronze medal match. Both managed to change their grips. Neither of them are able to come up with one that is really comfortable. Azeri and the Algerian bump heads, and looks like Lamry has come off second best in the head-butting stakes. Not only does he come off second best in the head-butting, but he also picks up a warning for an overly defensive posture. Once the referee just wants that little bit closer, and then back to the grip. 4.5 minutes left on the clock. Jimmy, this time they settle on the grips that they started with. They're going to try and work from there. Maybe they're happier with this one. A little bit of a turn and a movement from both of them. There's a circle, and then there's the attempted Ashiwaza. That was what looked so lovely from Lamry earlier on. Really, he looked good at that. And it almost catches the Azeri again. Whoa, he's got some nice moves as Lamry, and now they're on the ground with Lamry on his back and attacking still, however, from that position. It was Mustafayev, Bayram Mustafayev, who had to do the defending there. Brought back to the middle of the map by Emilio Lezana, the referee. The referee's from Spain. Fairly picky about where they stand and where they hold. Doesn't want anybody to take an advantage, and the order in which they do things is that they position their bodies close to each other first, face to face, and then they take hold. Lezana's quite insistent on making sure that there's no advantage taken. Missed with the Ashiwaza attempts, both of them. And then Mustafayev trying the Uchimata, but it really wasn't there. And then a nice attempted drop Senagi from Lamry. That doesn't come off. Sid Ali Lamry now attempting to attack in Nevaza, but Mustafayev a bit too strong for him and just standing up, and the referee having to call Mate and bring them back to the centre. Couldn't get the lower half of the body in the right position to trap Mustafayev on the back of that Sernagi, and that's why Mustafayev moved round to the right side and off that technique. Definitely wants them to be nice and close. They're almost head to head there. Well, they're going to have a word now about the positioning, because he doesn't feel that Mustafayev is playing fair here, and he wants Mustafayev to stand in the right position. He's picked up a warning for not being in the right position. Nice and upright. I don't think they can get any closer than that. Wants the heads up. Now he calls Hashime. He's having a hard time with this pair, is Emilio Lezana, the referee. This is the first time that any of the fighters in any of the weights today has shown any kind of move to be a bit clever in the way that they stand or take a grip. There's been no gamesmanship at all day. There might just be a slight misunderstanding of exactly where they should be standing. I'll give Mustafayev the benefit of the doubt that he's just misunderstood where to stand, as opposed to deliberately taking up a position that is not what the referee wants. 2.5 minutes left to go. 2:39 left on the clock. No score. Both fighters have picked up one warning. Back underway, and another yellow card goes against Mustafayev's name, which means that Lamry picks up a Yuko, so it's the Algerian leading there. And another bit of beautiful Ashi Waza, and he's unlucky not to get the Wazari, because that really was great work. He's got nice timing, Lamry, but he failed to put Mustafayev on his back. And he was a little bit unlucky not to get the Wazari there. He he increases the lead now. 2 Yukos up, one from the penalty and then one from that beautifully attempted. Ashi was a nice bit of work there from the Algerian. The pressure's on now, Mustafayev, and there are a couple of things that I think going against him. The power part of his game is in minutes 1, 2 and 3, and we're getting beyond that now, and I don't think he's going to be able to keep the Algerian out. Algerian looking stronger and stronger as the contest goes on, and Mustafayev beginning to look a little bit frustrated. And here comes the Osai Komi. If he just get that leg free, he flattens out now, and there is the, well, I suppose we could call it Kuzuri Yoko Shiogatami, although he hasn't really come to the side. But the Azeri's tapped out anyway. He just didn't have, but if he's tapped, he's tapped. They've called Sonomama, they've put him back in the hold, and Yoshi, okay, he didn't tap. And now they're going to have to talk about it, because okay, Wazari, I was at the pun. Not quite sure what happened there. I'm absolutely certain that he tapped, and that's what the win is going to be on. He just started to lose steam, didn't he? And things began to be a little bit difficult. It was harder for him to get breath. And then Lamry came up with that really nice Ashi Waza. There's another penalty that went on there. And when they went into the Osai Komi, well, Mustafayev just didn't have it there. And eventually he tapped out. Showed some nice Waza early on and in his initial contest, but Lamry came back to do him, and it's Lamry who takes the contest. Both fighters bow, and then their escort corner judges come to lead them off. Nice little turn there. We didn't see the footwork involved in there. That was what
so, ladies and
put the
gentlemen,
Yuko
we are about to begin
on the
the
board.
first of the bronze medal contests on both mats.
From that point, he began to shape for Yoko Shiogatami, but Sidali Lamry, whichever way you look at it, went off as the winner. In the under 48 kilo category, which is what we're going to see now. The contest is between Victoria Potapova of Russia, and they haven't quite yet turned that scoreboard round for us to see who it is that she's going to face. I'll just look over there, and that's the Brazilian. That's Carla Ferreira Cardoso, and so it is on the scoreboard now. Okay, so that's the contest down on mat number 1, and this is the first of the bronze medal matches. It looks as though they're planning to run bronze medal
women's
matches at the
under
same time.
48 kilos.
I always like the idea of a medal match going one at a time, but looks as though we're going to get both bronze medal matches going at the same time. Okay. So, on mat number 1, there is Carla Ferreira Cardoso of Brazil in the blue judogi.
In the women's under 48 kilos. On mat 2 in the
opponent,
white judogi. Representing the People's Republic of China,
from
Huang
Russia
Xiaoli.
is Victoria
And in the blue
Potapova.
judogi, representing Ukraine, Yulia Halinska. And on mat 1, in the white judogi, representing the Russian Federation, Victoria Potapova. And in the blue judogi, representing Brazil, Carla Ferreira Cardoso.
And then on mat 2, we've got Huang Xiaoli of China, and she faces Yulia Halinska of the Ukraine. And those are the bronze medal matches. Victoria Potapova of Russia in the white judogi and Carla Ferreira in blue. The contest between Huang and Halinska is underway, but with only a couple of seconds gone. Oh, and there has been a score. Just as I was about to say, there's no score. Halinska throws Huang. What a turn up for the book that is. 4:48 is still left on the clock. 12 seconds it took for Halinska to throw Huang with Marotti Seonagi for Ippon. That's a bit of a surprise. Huang had thrown everybody earlier on. And Halinska it is who comes up with the winning score within 12 seconds and a bronze medal for Yulia Halinska. Potapova is working away on the ground. She's actually grown as the competition has gone on. She's done a lot more and looked a lot better as the day has gone on. I say the day has gone on, it's already 25 to 6 here, so backing on for early evening, and by the time the finals get done, it will be. Halinska walks off a bronze medal winner at the Paralympics. Congratulations to her, and a spirited effort there from Huang. Well, we've still got another bronze medal to settle in the under 48 kilos, and that's the contest that we're watching now. Victoria Potapova of Russia and Carla Ferreira. Settle back and watch this without the distraction of a second mat. Minute gone, no score yet. Potapova a little bit shorter than her Brazilian opponent, who just drops under her and attempts that Marotti Seonagi, but Potapova moves to her right and avoids getting caught. And now gives the semblance of a bit of work on the ground, but doesn't come up with anything. The referee calls mate and stands them back up. Gary Berliner is the referee in the middle. I found out this morning that he speaks German. I suppose you could expect that with a surname like Berlin, or Berliner anyway. 3.5 minutes to go, no score as yet. Potapova bent over defensively a little bit, better off standing up, better for her attacks, if she was in a position to launch them properly rather than starting from that bent over position. Herrera and Potapova then brought back to the middle of the mat where they take a grip. About to get underway again. Berliner calls Jimmy. They both swap. Actually was nothing very serious though, and then an attempted tomoe-nage from the Russian, left-sided, but doesn't come up with a score. 3:13 left to go. And Ferreira picks up a passivity warning, and not only is she, does the crowd get to see that from the referee, but Ferreira's outstretched right hand can make contact with the referee, who circles his own hands, and by that means he's able to communicate the passivity warning to Ferreira. Just over 3 minutes to go. The referee stands them up again, brings them back to the middle, just make sure that they are close enough and that the grip isn't too strong and too tense, and then calls Hajime, and they get back underway. Again, the little foot taps, not meaningful or really threatening to get things underway. And Ferreira attempts another Seoinage, this time weak and blocked by Potapova, and there's no chance of a score there. 2.5 minutes, just over 2.5 minutes left to go. Gary Berliner calls Mate, and he stands the pair back up, and we'll get them in the middle, starting again. Immediate attack by Potapova, and she picks up Yuko with that, almost like launching a surprise attack. She threw that one in there very quickly, as soon as they got notice of the Hajime from the referee. Potapova was in there with that attack. Just only Brusig really has upset Potapova today. She's looked pretty good in the fights after, but Brusig must be a tough customer, because she fairly steamrolled the Russian early on. Since then, Victoria Potapova has come back and looked pretty good. She's attempting the shimmy waza there, but Ferreira's got that pretty well defended. And the referee stands them back up, and then gets them to tidy up their judogi. Halinska already the winner of the second of the bronze medals. This was the first match to get underway, but how we're going to refer to them. Anyway, Halinska of the Ukraine has taken one of the bronze medals available. The second is still being fought for here, and it's the Russian Victoria Potapova who leads here with 1:53 left to go. One yellow card against Ferreira's name. She's got to be a little bit careful that she doesn't fall even further behind if she commits another error. Potapova missed the chance for some Ashiwaza there. It's a better attack from Ferreira, but she's still a little bit loose on the top and can't come up with a score. She managed to get the attack in, but didn't end up troubling Potapova. Stands them back up, brings them to the middle, and we'll get them underway in a moment. Just making sure that they're all well placed. Or he calls the shimmy. Thought about the Tomoyanagi for a moment, did the Russian, but then decided against it. Both fighters circling and attempting some Ashiwaza, and then Potapova coming up with another attempted shoulder throw, or Seoinage. That doesn't score. She rolls her opponent over onto her back, and her right leg is trapped at the moment, and for the time being, for as long as that remains trapped, the referee won't call Hosai Komi. And in an attempt to get that free, she has to use her hands. A minute warning goes. Still can't get the leg free, so there'll be no Hosai Komi, and the referee calls Mate and stands them back up. 52 seconds left to go. Rather nervous looking Brazilian coach giving out some instructions to Ferreira. They're underway again. And they pretty much in the middle of the mat, just moving over to the left side if anything, and now the left lower corner as Potapova attempts that drop Seoinage. Doesn't come off. And then Ferreira comes back with her own right-sided hip technique attempt. 30 seconds left. Tidy their geese up. Now the referee brings them closer together in preparation for the Hajime and the last 30 seconds of the contest. That gets underway now. The Russians still leading just by that one Yuko. Is that going to be enough? Ferreira really needs to go now. Very little time. Another attempt from Potapova, but that wasn't a very strong one. Gets away with it, not classed as a drop. A little over 10 seconds now. Potapova almost there. Just needs to avoid being thrown, and she's going to take this. Ferreira with one last attack, that was it. And time's going to run out. There's only 1 second left on the clock. I just get the feeling every time that I see Ferreira that she's given everything. Attempts one last time for Seoinage, but it doesn't come off. And it's Victoria Potapova of Russia who wins that bronze medal. Took evasive action. Happy Russian coach. And the coach is crying. I told you we'd see some tears.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we move directly on to our next two bronze medal contests.
The cameras are not trained on me.
For the men's under 60 kilos. I'm sure you will welcome our fighters to the mats.
She wants to do a handstand. That was her celebration. That was her celebration. I wondered why it was that she wanted to break away, not only from the referee, but also her coach. She said, let me go, let me go. And then she went off and did a handstand. That was her celebration. Okay. For the chance of a bronze medal, it's Ben Quilter of Great Britain. And he faces Hirai Taki of Japan. Hirai Takaki is in the blue judogi and Ben Quilter is in white. There is Hirai. And the audience get into it all around this Excel Arena, North Arena 2. Pretty close. I'd say there had to be 9,000. Not quite absolutely full. You can just pick out one or two seats way up in the back. Maybe the cheap seats didn't go, but the rest of them, they were pretty much sold out.
Ben Quilter.
Ben Quilter is introduced, and now so is Hirai Takaki of Japan. And on the other side, Lee Min-jae of
In the white judo gi representing the Republic of Korea, Lee Min-jae. And in the blue judo gi representing Algeria, Mouloud Noura.
Okay. Mouloud Noura of Algeria and Lee Min-jae. That's on mat number 2. I don't think we've seen Mr. Munawa today. Munawa Anzar, he's the referee from India. And we're underway now with this bronze medal match. Hirai attacking there first with Koji Gari in the blue, and then thinking about the Seoinage, but Quilter blocking him out there with the strong upper body. Tried the right-sided Tomoe-nage. Must be the left knee then, because he's hardly going to carry anyone on a damaged knee, and Quilter has, I think by now everyone is aware, a very badly damaged left knee. It wasn't widely publicised, obviously, at the beginning, but once he'd gotten underway and the other athletes had heard about it and seen him compete, it became clear that he wasn't 100%. Needs to get past that right leg, and he does. Needs to be tight on the top. He held with Tatishio Gatami earlier on. It's going to be very, very tricky to hold from that position. It's not the strongest position there. Needs to find a way to come back on top. And that right leg is doing it. Hirai wants to break it off. Time's running 19, 20 seconds. This is going to go now. Just a few more seconds. It's there now. Quilter's going to take the bronze medal. He holds the Japanese for Ippon. It may not entirely have been the medal that Quilter wanted, but he'll take it, and so will the British crowd. Quilter, half a leg to stand on, ends up with the bronze medal. And it's a crowd pleasing bronze medal, defeating Hirai Takaki in this bronze medal match. And you have to give it to Quilter, in as much as he was 6 weeks ago unable to stand on that leg, and within that period of time came back. Incredible, really, the treatment that he's had to undergo. And he had one chance at that Osai Komi. Karen Roberts in the background, absolutely mental there, screaming her support on, willing him on. And what a thing that's going to be for the British team. Well, Lee Min-jae and Mouloud Noura of Algeria are still battling away on mat number 2. 3 minutes and 50 seconds left in that contest. There's no score. John Paul Bell, the British coach, leading Ben Quilter off, and Ben Quilter goes over immediately to that bank of British fans and British players, and high fives and hugs all around. And Wazari scored there by Lee Min-jae. Two strong fellas holding the little man up, and he can go off and get his knee surgery now, because that's his next stop. Well, it's there now for Ben to take the plaudits. It's the right thing for every athlete to do. It's their moment to celebrate, and for the crowd to have their chance to salute. I'm going to say it's heroic because of the knee injury, but it really was. That was a terrific performance from Ben Quilter, who's now draped in a Union Jack, standing at the far end of the competition hall, and just standing there with the photographers all taking their pictures, and arms outstretched, the flag held aloft and behind, and to come into the arena. That's in the under 52 kilo category. Malajcik and Stepaniuk are due up next. That's in the against the tough opponent in the Li Xiaodong of China in that semi-final. But he's shown some really nice judo as Moulaud Noura. That contest is continuing on mat number 2, and whilst that's going on, rather than describe the waiting athletes, which we can do very little about, let's have a quick recap on the contest on mat 2. Lee Min-jae scored quite early on, and he's held on to that yuko for quite a while. The chairs are going up around the arena as Ben Quilter reappears, having gone around the back. There's a tunnel where the players walk that bring them back to the start point almost, and he's just reappeared at that tunnel now, and he's in front of the waiting press. Noura attacks left-sided against Lee Min-jae, close to the edge of the mat, and there is no score, and the referee brings them back to the middle with 2:55 left to go. Both fighters take a grip. The referee makes sure that no one has an advantage, and then we'll call Hajime when he's satisfied, and we'll get back underway. He does now. Two big throwers here. Lee of Republic of Korea, Noura of Algeria. Yes, that'll do. Uchimata left-sided. Oh, and Noura's not going to finish it off there. It's Wazari. Kim doesn't realize it yet, but the referee's going to need to communicate to him that it's Wazari. Both the corner judges have said Wazari. What the referee just needs to do, he's doing it now, which is to tell the two competitors to tidy up their gis. They can have a look at the replay if they want the commission, and then decide whether it's Ippon or not. Good enough for Ippon for me, but the two corner judges both said Wazari, and I'm not sure whether they're going to change that or not. Wazari it is, and they decide to continue. Noura is all over Lee at the moment. He really is giving him a good working over. Seen some really terrific contests here. Great attacking judo from these fighters. Now they're brought back to the middle, and both fighters stand. They take a grip. They get back underway with Lee attacking. Noura holding left-sided with a big, strong grip. Lee going to ground and then defending. And then the referee calling mate, bringing them back into the middle. I think they'd like to see the competitors standing a little bit closer together. I don't see that they can get much closer unless they collapse the arms. They need to push the hips closer together, I suppose. And then they get underway again. There's the Hajime. Lee attacking right-sided, and Noura. Oh, Uchimata Sakeshi, and that'll do for Ippon. What an armory the Algerian has got. Absolutely fantastic. Lee thrown comprehensively on a couple of occasions. No arguments about that one. And Moulaud Noura it is who takes the second of the bronze medals in the under 60 kilo category.
On mat 2, winner and bronze medalist. In the blue judogi representing Algeria, Mouloud Noura.
So Noura it is, who takes the bronze medal in the under 60 kilo category, along with Great Britain's Ben Quilter. Quilter overcame Hawthorne in the repechage final. Before,
So ladies and gentlemen, welcome our fighters
Hirai
into the arena for our next pair
Japan.
of bronze medal contests.
It's going to be Michel Ferreira against Sandrine Martinet. It will be Ferreira in the white judogi and Martinet in blue. For the contest that we're going to see.
Coming on to mat 1 now
So
in the
Ukraine,
first
Russia.
bronze medal contest for the women's under 52
Alessia
kilos.
Stepaniuk
In the white judogi representing
Russia.
Ukraine, Natalia Nikolajczyk.
faces
And in the blue judogi
Natalia
representing the Russian
Nikolajczyk.
Federation, Alessia Stepaniuk. And on mat 2, the second bronze medal contest for the women's under 52 kilos is a bye. So we welcome to the mats in the white judogi.
Well, I think you'll
from
remember
Brazil,
the
Michelle
contest
Ferreira.
with Sandrine Martinet, the French girl who damaged her left foot. She can't take any further part in the competition, so unfortunately is having to concede the contest. Michel Ferreira has come out onto the mat and receives
On mat 2,
the
winner
contest,
and bronze
and at
medalist.
least she can come out and
Representing Brazil,
get the applause
Michelle
of the crowd,
Ferreira.
because she takes the bronze medal without having to compete against Martinet, who was injured. The contest on the other mat, though, on mat number 1, is going to be full and pretty tough, I'd imagine. Nikolajczyk of the Ukraine and Stepaniuk of Russia. So they say they'll be able to understand each other, both Russian speaking. See how their judo gets on. Uchimata attempted there from the Ukrainian, and then Ojigara. She's looking to go inside on both occasions. Nikolajczyk moves off to the her left, and then Temiwaza attempted there. Sumigaeshi from almost ran on to that, and he gave Ippon, and neither of the corner judges have batted an eyelid. They haven't put it up on the scoreboard, and that how many times he signalled it? I think he signalled it twice. Or has he had to cancel it? What? Well, I'm sure we'll see a replay of that, and several of us here thought that he'd scored it on. What was he raising his hand for? She rolled onto her front, I thought. I thought there was no score. Anyway, the highlights reel will show that. It's a little bit spectacular. That without any trouble.
Played each other on plenty of occasions. Joachim Volmert is world ranked number 5, and this is actually his 6th Paralympic appearance. He's actually the winner of the gold medal singles match in Beijing in 2008, so he's the current class 7 champion. Both these players are mature players. They have been around a long time. They've won lots of titles.
On table 5, it's a Class 2
Volmert
match
is
representing
very,
Islamic
very
Republic of
explosive,
Iran. Hassan
and
Janfeshan,
Lambert spins the ball very much
representing
as well.
Austria. Hans Rueff.
It's going to be a very
Your
interesting
umpire is
matchup.
Stan Clark from Great Britain. Your assistant
Both,
umpire,
as I said, both these
Angela
players are
Eichmann
Class 7.
from
If
the
I just
Netherlands.
explain
London 2012
basically in terms of
Paralympic Games.
classifications, Class 7 is for standing players with severe restriction or movement of lower limbs or a playing arm. Basically, Lambert plays very strong on both wings, backhand and forehand. But what Volmert is very unusual because he plays backhands mainly from all over the table. He has got a forehand, but he very rarely uses it unless he needs to. He spins